Hey ratbags, it's Jade today. Yes, I've got my camera on, but I didn't realise I had it on. Some sort of glitch in the matrix. So you're going to have to do with me just literally talking towards my screen and not once looking at the camera on my beautiful face. Hey ratbags, it's Jade today, give you, yes, another preview of the winter update. Well, at least I think it's going to be the winter update with Playgrounds mode in Grounded 2. Someone's got to keep the hype alive, right? And hopefully I'm trying to do that. Go and check out some of my more spoilerific videos, taking a look at some stuff that could be coming in the winter update, namely bugs. Look out for more videos like that coming soon. But what we're doing today, well, as you can see, I've got design mode on. I am playing Playgrounds mode in Grounded 2. Now, this has actually been a mod that you could download and try, but I couldn't actually get it to work like that. Instead, good old reliable data miners, Jace the Grey one, as well as Sparrow. Between them, I've managed to get this working via a mod that Sparrow created and some commands that Jace helped me out with. And yeah, it works. It just works. We can have Blackhawks, Beetles, stuff bugs in Grounded 2. Now, that shouldn't be too much of a surprise. You guys hopefully know by now, if you watch a fair amount of my videos, that most of the code, in fact all of the code from Grounded 1, was ported over to Grounded 2. That's why there is a bunch of stuff in Grounded 2 that maybe shouldn't be. Cue someone in the comments, why didn't they just add everything from Grounded 1 into Grounded 2? Mainly because they're going to be doing a revamp of a lot of the bugs. And so if they're revamping the bugs, they might be revamping weapons, gear and armor. Some bugs are going to have just maybe slight differences with the looks. Others are definitely going to have more revamps to their with their abilities. So please, shut up asking for every bug just to be added in. If they did just add everything in from Grounded 1, you'd all be complaining that they just literally rehashed Grounded 1 into Grounded 2. I mean, that's already kind of a bit of a fair comparison right now. While there's been lots of new stuff added to Grounded 2, it does feel like more of a continuation for sure than I would say other sequels. But that's why it's in early access. They really probably did rush this out to keep their Xbox paymasters happy, given that maybe Outworlds 2 and Avowed probably hasn't sold as well as they wanted, and Grounded is literally their biggest, most popular game now. Anyway, that's a bit of tinfoil dev crap for me, boring. Let's go through what we need to know. Playgrounds. Yeah, it's kind of working. I mean, it's not 100% functional. If I go and try and connect some stuff, we may end up like crashing it or having some issues. But you can see the menus are all there. So this is meant to be coming in the winter update. However, the devs recently, I got the vibe that maybe the Playgrounds mode might actually be delayed. Why? Well, just in a dev stream, they were kind of suggesting that they want to get the Playgrounds mode to us, and they're going to get it to us earlier than it was in Grounded 1, which came out after Grounded 1's full release. But they kind of forgot that they'd listed it on the winter update. So maybe it was just a play of words, maybe they had a long day, they were answering some questions and dealing with a little bit of negative fallout from the winter update not coming out till after Christmas. So maybe I'm just reading too much into it, and we will see the Playgrounds update arrive in early January with the rest of the content. But my idea was, why didn't they just actually release this as it is right now? In the December update, the mini one we're going to get, changing the engine, adding cozy and a few other little bits, but not massive content. Surely that would have been a great time to add the Playgrounds mode to the PTB at least, so we can test some stuff out. If you don't know, the PTB is like the test version of the game. You can access it on the Xbox Insider program, and you can also access it on the Steam beta tabs. Devs have said previously that the Playgrounds mode would pretty much be how exactly it was in Grounded 1, with not really any new gadgets or gizmos added to it. They just want to get it out to us. I think it would help with longevity. You may not like Playgrounds mode, but I think if it was added in a lot earlier than it was in Grounded 1, you've got more chance of players picking it up and keeping you a bit happy or invested in at least playing Grounded until the next big updates arrive. And people shouldn't dismiss, I've seen quite a few people being quite negative saying they've never touched Playgrounds mode, they won't because it's not Grounded. Trust me, some of the maps that people have made, adventure maps, puzzle maps, my only down parkour map, the third most downloaded Playgrounds map in Grounded, some of them have been really good fun. Like, don't dismiss it. Obviously, if you love the world of Grounded, you love just playing around with the characters, messing around with armors, weapons, taking on bugs and enemies, some of them are really good challenge modes and stuff. Anyway, that's what it was like in Grounded 1, but it was released way too late after everyone had kind of moved on. So, with it added into Grounded 2 a bit earlier, we could see it rise in popularity. That's kind of my thinking. Oh, and it's crashed. So maybe there's the answer straight away. It's not going to be ready because it's just way too buggy even to put out on PTB. But it would have been so cool to have something like this for us to test playground map makers that really have enjoyed making stuff a good chance to give it a good go over. They could have reported a bunch of bugs, seen what was going on, and I think that would have been a great one for over Christmas to keep some people at least a bit more occupied. That said, again, let's not get into that theory that we have to be occupied by Grounded 2 at all minutes of the day. It's not a live service game, it is early access. There's not many early access games out there that you don't have a break from time to time and go and play some other games. While I do agree, I do think it was a bit of a shame that the winter update didn't come out before Christmas. I don't ever really want them to rush updates, I just want them to tell us a little bit more about what's going on. So, all that out of the way, you saw some of the stuff that I could spawn in, and obviously some of the stuff that made it crash. Very clearly, some of these buttons and things do not work correctly. And it does look like you can't really save it at the moment. But by and large, it is the Playgrounds mode that you've come to know and love, with the idea that they'll add more content to it as Grounded 2 goes through early access. You can change a bunch of stuff, you can do directions on these power things as well. And I might be able to put it into play mode, so let's try. And then again, I might not. So there you go, I just about managed to get it go from play mode to design mode, but yeah, it's a little bit whiffy. Do things still work? Maybe, maybe not. Like, we can certainly spawn in stuff like this, and let's sleep so we can actually see during the day. And yeah, things that do work, like the teleporties. Makes you wonder why they bothered with the tube system and didn't just maybe add these in as the ways that you can get around the map. I mean, I like the pneumatic tubes, but this is kind of tried and trusted. It's very, very glitchy at the moment, so things might break. Maybe we can get some of this stuff to work, but I reckon it's going to crash again. Yeah, you can't connect it to it, and then I'm stuck in this kind of menu now and unable to place other stuff too. But yeah, it's the playground mode. It's got everything, including all the old meals plus the new ones. All the resources, although nothing really brand new that we haven't already seen in previous leak videos from me. It's got the milkweed tuft added to it as well. We could even spawn Trudy in. But sadly, we can't adjust or change the sizes of any of the creatures or anything. Yes, you can spawn bosses in too. Although it might not necessarily work as good as you think. I don't know why, but the mysterious stranger keeps turning sideways. And surely it'll break if I try and spawn Axel in. Although maybe not. It seems to be moving all the grass. There it is. God, that's kind of trippy. He's like flying all over the place. There we go. A bunch of different axles. And there are things like the new lingonberries as well. So yeah, it's pretty integrated well with all the new and old stuff. Just needs a little bit of work to make sure it obviously doesn't crash. And that some things aren't need work with the connections and stuff. I can go around and delete stuff. Well, I should be able to, although it's not currently working right now. Or at the very least, move stuff around. See if we can move one of my 20 axles. There we go. Now, is this a baity thumbnail or what? So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Playgrounds mode returning. I think there's no harm in having more things to do in Grounded 2. I think now with the experience, lots of the map makers are going to make so much better maps, including me. I will attempt to do only down 2. We're of course going to have a bunch of new items to go ahead and use as well. Well, that looks like some of this stuff probably needs a little bit more of a add-ons. I'm just really hoping they allow the story to be messed with in Playgrounds mode as well, because that was the thing that they really changed the game, but again, no one played with it. In one of their last updates for Playgrounds mode, they made it that you could have the original story, but then go ahead and edit and add more, and that really gave it an idea of people adding more content to it. And there you go. That's what the actual poached roach looks like, which I've never actually seen. I swear when you drop it, it comes out in a bag. Pretzel chunks, anyone? Corn hog chunks? Guess we're going to get pretzels for maybe part of the winter update. I'm guessing that is a trinket. Yep, it's the crushed trinket. Oh, weirdly, you can actually resize certain things, but it still only comes in a bag. No, there you go. Weapons and stuff. Okay, okay. This is progress. No, it's in a bag as well. Okay. What if we try and do these bad boys? Yeah, okay, that can work. What about stuff bugs? Can we make stuff bugs a thing? Apparently we can. Okay, so stuff versions, we can have massive. God damn, imagine. But yeah, giant roly-polies. Does that mean I could potentially have a tiny minuscule? Oh, look at these little guys. They're so cute. But no, none of the actual real bugs. But still, imagine a giant one of these dudes. Holy shit. That's got to be worth a little picture on its own somewhere with a little bit of space and a little bit more light. Oh no, I've accidentally used the wrong one. Oh man, I can't wait if they do add the proper bugs like this and we're able to go ahead and do this stuff. It's going to be amazing. Now that's something you don't want to mess around with. The world's biggest scorpion. And yes, the Black Widow still exists in Grounded. So yeah, I'm really hoping this gets added, obviously with the winter update. I think it's the perfect time. They probably just need a bit of time to make sure it works correctly a bit more. But yeah, I still think if they could have just got it, squeezed it out over the Christmas period, it would have been interesting to see what people could come up with. And what new stuff could they add? Could we maybe have like a hub world to access different types of mini games within the same world? What new gadgets and gizmos could we have? Maybe more to do with setting up story beats, maybe even voice lines. I think some of it will be a little bit too far. And I know everyone goes, well, not everyone, mostly PC players only, oh, just add mods. But again, Grounded's most playable on consoles. That's where most of the fans play it. So why would you not try and cater to them? Anyway, you guys let me know what you think, and I'll see you hopefully without a camera next time with me just looking gormlessly on next time. Bye-bye.